Oh. Yeah, I realized that. I heard the wrap on my desk like flying from across the room. I was just like, oh. Wait, I can't change my mic input. Oh no. I can hear it.
Yeah, it's muted. I can't hear it. You might need to set the input.
Hello?
Hello, there you go. I can hear it now.
Hello. Francesco said done.
Hello everyone, welcome back to VEC Prophecies.
Hello.
Continuing on our bracket in
You
the
still
lower
there?
side once again. Yesterday, you
Oh,
saw
yeah.
VOX and Leo duke it out, with Leo being the ones to guarantee themselves into that top spot in the grand finals. And now VOX are facing the next opponent, which will be between these two here. The first rematch, I believe, of this tournament as well in this bracket stage. It's Yokai Esports versus UNIWAY. These guys have battled before, Yokai being the ones to fall previously, looking for revenge to advance into that top.
Yes, looking for
spot
revenge.
with
Yes.
How you feeling, Rue?
I am feeling good. We are super ready for this one. I mean, we have the winner of today playing again on Friday for the chance to go into our best of 5 grand finals. So whoever wins this isn't quite there just yet. They still have quite the gauntlet to run, especially playing up against a formidable opponent. So no matter what, we are in for some absolute bangers. But yeah, best of 3 for today, and we will just have to see who is the better side between.
Could you turn the game down a bit?
and UNIWAY.
Yeah, I know you yourself.
It's already most of the way down. But
Oh, fuck.
it's fine.
Yokai, though, they pulled no punches against their lower bracket brethren. I don't know. I feel like these guys are out for revenge and
I can't hear
very
you
much
now.
can do so. What do you think?
Oh, they very much so can, and they proved time and again that they can.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
UNIWAY coming into this tournament were regarded
Can we
as the
speak again?
favourites, and I'm
Hello.
still gonna
Oh,
have to
that's
stick
fine.
with them because they
Okay, I
haven't,
just have to sit kissing the
they
mic.
haven't had a disappointing result against Leo. But when it only happens once, maybe it's a fluke. If it happens again, they're out, so they
Hello.
don't get a chance to go around a third time. But I'm very interested to see what happens, especially when that loss is against one of our 2 grand finalists. So
Yeah.
maybe they can make it all the way back to get a best of 5 rematch. Who knows?
Yeah, anyway, on the stop to take the Uni Trail onto the top stage, and we're going to be into our picks and bans here, and it
You were so
seems
close.
like we're seeing some different things to what I predicted. We were talking about those predictions in the permabans make perfect sense. The UNIWAY pick of Lotus was complete prediction. The first
Yeah, and then
is
Pearl.
that decider.
Yeah.
Because Pearl was another pick
Ooh,
that
we've got
I
Pearl.
predicted
Pearl.
to see Yokai be picking next into. However, Icebox and Split being banned, contrary to what I thought Haven was going to be banned over Split, and we'd be seeing Split decided, but
You
no.
were so close.
It's going to be
You were
Haven,
so
so
close.
close. We were so close, but it's going to be Haven to be that decider if we do see both of our teams get a point on those first 2 maps, be it respective picks or not. You know, both these guys have some destructive
Oh,
firepower.
we're
and I
losing
think
Zizu on
these 2
stream
players you see
again.
on the screen now are definitely the big X factors.
What
of
was the
both
Oh my
sides.
god,
Both
34.9%
sensible
headshot.
demons in this tournament.
Damn.
Some of
Wait,
the
Pure is
most
gold. What the hell?
super carries in several maps for these teams.
Yeah, very different playstyle as well. Thinking between the Chamber and the Clove, Zizu has a lower headshot percentage. That's not because he's any less potent. It's just because he chooses to use sniper rifles. At the end of the day, you don't need to hit headshots with those. Pure, on the other hand, a 35% headshot percentage is absolutely insane. Have to respect that coming in from him. And I know for a fact, the rest of UNIWAY is pretty damn close to that as well. They are some crazy Russian firepower.
I mean, all 10 of these players that we're seeing in the lobby are very strong. We are in that end game now, Rue. These guys
Very
are
true.
competing for top 3 bronze in this tournament. And, you know, that's where the prize is really at. You know, until you get top 3, you get nothing in terms of prize money. So these guys are seriously fighting for the big bucks. You know, you lose, you get nothing. Make it, and you have a chance at even bigger glory than you've already managed to achieve in this series alone. These guys are really up there. Every single member of this team, or both teams, are solid here. I think a lot of people are fair to really favor UNIWAY in this matchup, considering not only their previous matches against Yokai being a pretty decent 2-0 win, however, their only loss having been against Leo, who are, like you said, in that top side of the grand finals in very close fashion. UNIWAY are no joke, and they have been mopping the floor with their lower bracket opponents. You know, last time these guys played in the losers bracket, they had loads of time to prepare, and when they won against Wasp Electra, a team that I think a lot of us consider to be very solid team, very much potential for that extra top 4 between them and Yokai, they got kind
Holy
of
Sigma.
decimated. I mean, 13-5, 13-7 for UNIWAY, absolutely ridiculous performance. I mean, you know, you can see that with Yokai coming up next, and considering Yokai's only loss were against UNIWAY, and they have also been mopping the floor with their competition 2-0. I feel like it's going to be finally.
Yeah, we only
for
have
a
2
while
losses this tournament, and it's against this team, so...
So, 2 O's in convincing fashion has been the story for UNIWAY right up until they met Leo Esports. So they bounced back.
What
Can
is
they
this
now
comp,
progress
guys?
and bounce back into our picks and,
No, I fuck
2
with this.
neons and a
across the
Reyna.
board? Pretty different things coming out, all things considered.
Okay, come on, Zaki, get on the breach.
On this attacker side for Yokai.
Yeah, Flicker, I think he's been a very staple Neon
Branny?
player
Oh.
throughout this entire event.
Branny?
However,
What are you doing?
you have seen
Branny,
Neon
bro.
on their
Come on, Branny.
However, one thing that
Let's not be
is
doing
Neon
this.
is here to stay. Every moment that these guys have been rocking that Lotus, they have been playing the Neon to great success. They have also before played a no Sentinel double controller comp, and they are actually running that again. This is that variation. You
We
either
used to
run
have
a
Vice on
real
this map.
traditional meta comp with Fires, with the rest being Fade, Breach, and Omen, or you run this no Sentinel comp, and this is the time that they're going to be running it here.
Is this comp good?
Anyway, though,
It's not the worst.
pretty normal comp for the most part, at least. The only thing we're seeing differently is
I think you'd cry if I ever put you on Neon again, though, if I sold the comp.
I wouldn't mind Neon.
It's going to be pure on that Clove, and we've seen
You
pure
complain about it
on
the
Clove
whole
being
game.
match made in heaven.
Yeah, well, the last thing that guy needs is an extra
Wah
life,
wah
but that's
wah,
exactly what he
madam,
gets.
wah wah wah,
So,
teho.
all things
That's what I would
considered,
hear.
probably one of the better entries for him to be on.
That's what I hear from the
On
whole
other
team,
side,
though.
you
So.
might point out
Yeah,
that
this Teo's
last
broken.
time these two teams met, it
There it
was
is again.
a Vice pickup, and it led to 5 rounds on the attacker side. It looked great at half, but then they lost all 6 on the second side. So, understandably changing things up a little bit. Against Infinity Warriors, they had a little bit of the mix-up. They went up with this exact comp, and it worked out pretty right for them, winning 13-9 in the end. So, interested to see how Yokai can bring this through into the game today, where I think, all things considered, it is going to be definitely tougher opposition than they have had on the map. So, can they get it done? That's the real question right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that we're going to be seeing these teams counter-stracking not only off of VOD reviews and information that they have out publicly, but also internally as well, finding ways where, you know, there's only so much you can really learn about a team until you've played against them, right? And that is a whole different can of worms in terms of...
Oh, I feel this is gonna go.
Wow.
UNIWAY are gonna come in like way too confident and be like, oh yeah, we've won against these guys before, this is gonna be easy for us. And they're not gonna take it seriously. And then they're gonna get 2-0'd.
Oh, that'd be the dream.
Last time when they played against SG is that, you know, they're bored of this.
I
They
believe
want
in
to
us.
get into the action because they know
Me
they don't
too.
need this. They
We've got
know
this.
they're
We
better.
can't
They've
lose
proven it. Past
so
the
many
test of
times in a
flying
row to
colours,
one team.
2-0 on both
We
Infinity
can't lose
and
twice in a
SG,
row.
mopping the floor with them.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
finally they have an opponent that's worthy.
Fooled me
and one
once.
who have taken them down in the past.
Yeah, though you point out they have lost in the past, and that loss in particular, I'm gonna bring us back to it. It was the first quarterfinal we had, the first overall quarterfinal, and it was not even close, right? A 13-5, a 13-9 is respectable. The exact same
Yeah.
2 first maps that we had today. Unfortunately, the decider map has changed, but last time it didn't even get to there. So Yokai have a lot to prove, especially with a lot of the things they've been saying. UNIWAY, on the other hand, being in the lower bracket in itself is a surprise. The fact that they're here is a surprise. They expected better, and the rest of us expected better because of it. They need to prove why we had high expectations.
Didn't mean to do that.
So far this tournament, the one slip up they had could prove very costly if they cannot get back on the horse and really push through this absolute gauntlet that
Yeah.
they're forced to run right now. It really just comes down to that as we
They
get
didn't.
into
I
our
mean, they
first
need
map
to.
process.
Sorry, because I was tabbing
Yeah,
out.
you know,
So.
UNIWAY having won against, having lost to
Oh,
Leo
all good.
in very tight margins, you know, 10-13 on Icebox, that could have really gone any way if you replaced
Random aspect of me in college.
UNIWAY are out to make the world know why they are
Yeah, it's only like
the
half my
biggest
face.
threat in this team, even if they went down early against Leo, who are in that top grand final scene with some close margins. Whereas Yokai, having finally have to go on against a strong opponent, this time it is time to throw out all of the weaponry, all of the arsenal you have at your disposal for top 3 glory. Here we go into Lotus between UNIWAY and Yokai. First blood dropped in
Okay,
favor of glory.
nice.
It's
Okay,
here.
3v3.
Running to take down Radical and Lucio. Both lethal shooters in their previous series, finally now being taken down early after being shown who's boss by Flecker and Branny, but the trade in health is in the favor of UNIWAY still. You have Pure being able to pick up that ghost now that one of his fallen brethren has left it on the ground as a nice little gift wrapped up for him, so you can use it in the latter round with Bishops taking the
What is this guy talking about?
The ghost is a gift.
The rest of Yokai soon to be walking into the crosshairs.
That's good
of
trade.
Novalis. El Flicker
Good trade.
is a beautiful trade, enough to give Yokai a lot of space here to commit to this C site, but UNIWAY swiftly on that rotation.
That was the key position right there, and the fact that Bishops only goes 1 for 1, getting the low HP that was first out, really could prove costly. Shrederick has perfect timing though on this.
They're away, they're away.
Oh.
The timing right. Zizu.
Okay,
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Well
I know
done,
where you are. I
Zizu.
know what you are. Nothing.
I know what you are. Okay.
Sure.
I'm surprised he was so ready for that first one as well. Shredder in such an advanced position, pushing right through the waterfall. Got an amazing timing. Takes the 1v1, denies his plant, and then instantly has his head taken off. Zizu wastes no time getting the second as well. That is a beautiful opening round coming in from him.
Zizu is cold.
Lovely start from Zizu. Like we
My
said,
God.
player to watch for Yokai. You know, alongside Pure, who got his
Understandably
Zizu's
so.
fighting for that aura.
after that last game. This time now.
He got it last time, did he not?
Revenge, but until then, he's gonna have to wait until he can get the money to do so. As Yokai are on
I
that
don't know, I don't remember actually.
Bishops is committed.
I'm pretty
to
sure we
this.
gave it to him
He
last
is
time.
stuck right now.
Fleck has so much space to advance, so he's got the Phantom in hand. Bishops is behind him though. Is the timing just right? It's
No.
not.
Oh, that's
Phantom suddenly
unfortunate.
in the possession now of UNIWAY, and Zaki's alone with nothing but a classic
Nice
in
back
hand.
hit.
That's not true.
Well, takes away a little bit of that spatial pressure that UNIWAY will soon start to build as they know where that spike is. Zaki.
Zaki's dead here, I
make
think.
this Phantom work. You've got Pure and Ruzio playing off of that contact trade. Smoke coming down as well. Bash kids use the smoke timing to perfection. Out comes the door. Ruzio gets the right exchange down.
Unlucky.
But it's a win here for UNIWAY. They
Ooh.
managed to pull this back out. I think the mispositioning there,
That
the
was
trade
rough.
from Ruzio.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Yeah, a brutal C hold. They don't expect the Omen to be that far advanced, especially in such a light econ round. But a great advanced position gets to, does fall, but it's traded out as well, and it's a very difficult 2v4 to retake into. The spike already dropped on C-Long as well. Yokai were always facing an uphill battle and a very well held round from UNIWAY.
Yeah, I mean, you notice that Shederick had that precaution ready for if that door was opening through. He was charging that.
I feel like we get a bit too confident on our bite rounds.
Especially knowing that he took down Radical down that mid area. They had
Well,
a lot of
EMEA
precautions ready. If
moment.
they peek out main, you've
Pause.
got Pure with that swing trade. If you have Door, you have Shederick with that after with that.
Where did you get that
ult
from, by the way?
race.
The EMEA
It
moment.
was perfectly set up there from UNIWAY, and they bounced.
Because it
back
always
defensively here
happens
now
in
with the pass
EMEA.
weaponry. Go into a small little tech pause here.
Have you ever watched VCT EMEA? There's a type pause at least once a match. It's never like that in any other region that I've watched.
It
Never
is
that bad.
true.
There's a
I watched
20
it the
minute
other day.
time
It was
in the Apex game recently.
It won't be long. Might even be Pure. You can see him still.
20 minutes is just like, yeah, that wouldn't happen in any other region. That's just EU.
I think it's their
yeah.
clave for DC.
What have your reflections been
I
throughout
think
this
they're clave. I
tournament
think
here?
they're
And,
UNIWAY clave DC.
How do you feel about
Lol.
the idea of the revenge match here from Yokai? Do you think
Oh,
that's
he's
going to
back.
pull them through?
I think it has to. They
Yeah.
are unlikely to win on firepower alone. They're going to have to work together as a team as we go straight into this. The third round is right up mid.
Already a run up here, judging the hands of Radical. And Flick taking a bit too much damage before he can
How has
react
he got
in
out of
time.
that?
A flurry of utility thrown out, but still got that light out. Flick to dodge it, but not enough.
Unfortunately, guys. Unlucky.
That's weird.
Yes. And the round was over.
How dare you take us down in an opening round? Bouncing back with huge passions.
And that all comes down to that first pick, the Ridicule found. Able to escape as well. Completely disgusting. Amazing movement as well. Getting away even while completely short-sighted. Going into this first gun round now, UNIWAY basically aren't even on a bonus. They have insane economy coming from
Yeah.
a flawless, and they already have amazing guns. This is a must-win already somehow for Yokai.
Yeah, this time now.
Nice. Good trades. Nice.
We're trading, we're trading.
Out through A main. That does go into the favor of Yokai. Radical and Rutio break the full again.
See, something I've noticed with UNIWAY is that they don't play like any other team.
Once again.
They rotate so quickly.
Yeah.
Even if you fake them, I mean, by the time if you're faking out, by the time you're up C, they've already rotated to C.
Yeah, and the extra pick really does matter. In the pistol, a
Like,
3v3
look, they got
comes
noise
the
on
right way.
Apex
A
deck.
4v3
Look,
now
we're in a
that
breach
favors the attackers.
They can
Especially with the heavy
totally take
rotation,
advantage of
that what
this.
happened
Oh
last
my
time.
god, he got dinged.
This time is not going to happen.
Oh.
Rotation
Okay,
still
nice.
comes.
Like, look, more presence there, look where they are. Breach is already a heaven.
Yeah.
Wins that battle without
I mean,
scratch.
Rebecca did die on site, so.
He is a clutch Master, though, do not ever count out this man when he's at a numbers deficit.
Oh
He's
my
done
gosh.
magic before, be it this one or before, and he's already
He's the
showing
back
some
here of
gold dust now
UNIWAY.
as
He
he's
just
taking down
senses when his
Back
team's at a
Backy
disadvantage
out
and
next.
kills
Going with the
everyone.
flicker. Bishop's just gonna be backing away. Fault line thrown out as well. Shedrick is quite literally being a one-man army in this
Whoa.
one.
Nice.
Facing flickers
Nice
over
work.
and
They
over.
have to win this round.
Precaution to ensure that clutch factor is out and with the Bishop.
The spike's not planted from either.
They're not aware. Is he going to be worth the run up behind him? Pure smokes him off. Zizou sneaking out. He's going to be able to catch
Nice.
them back
Okay.
before he can react.
Ugh.
And it is going to be Yokai to just barely make it out,
Second
but that
Zizou
almost throws it away to maybe bring the
Second
comeback.
Zizou 1v1.
Yeah, and Bishop's so nearly pulls off the 1v3. The
Jesus,
first
that was
two
scary.
are beautiful, especially
Like,
after his teammate goes down for just a
Why
small
did
amount
he,
of health.
like,
The other way.
Make a circle with
Full
it
info,
with the
sure,
neon
but
ult.
This is just still not easy. It makes it so clean. 4 bullets, 2 kills.
Oh my
Quite
god.
enough in the end. We head in 2-2.
Okay.
The
Okay.
econ now, already Shredder is basically broke. They still have a good amount to spend on UNIWAY, so not going to be the end of the road if they end up losing this. Yokai, only the one alive, going to have to do
What
even
the
more.
fuck do you mean he gets that kill?
Fuming right now,
Nice
Vol's
gunplay,
flicker.
by
That
the
is
way.
revolting spam. What the hell, man?
I don't even
Well,
think that he knew he was running.
Radical get
Oh.
some lotto tickets, man. You might be winning the
Whoa.
lottery with a shot like that. Bishops adds insult to injury. More and more life's claims of Yokai. Bashkir wants to maybe try and put his own aggression, but I think they're already aware. They're going to be throwing plenty of users to snuff him out. It's a clean split from Uni. I think this is going to be an easy round 1 already.
If Yokai end up rewatching this round, they're going to be like kicking themselves at the precise gunplay that's gone against them. It's brutal.
Yeah, what did I just say?
Not much you can do in the end. It's just kind of a case of accepting it, moving
It's
on.
gonna be a
But
Valorant
your
timing.
economy is now in
Yes.
absolute ruins. Look
Yeah.
at the amount of credits that you can still see remaining.
Nope.
Bashkir with
One
300.
barrel.
Shredder's already got the info on this. He never
Lucky.
loses those. A 1v5.
Oh.
hello.
Lucky.
Just 2-3 there from UNIWAY. Maybe hoping that solo push from CZ through B
Yeah,
would prompt
precise
them
gunplay, by the way.
to rotate, excuse me, but no, it didn't. Not even close. All 3 members there, just no mercy, no hesitation. So yeah, I mean, that early kill there from Radical onto Flicker was just so cruel. So cruel. Just a stroke of luck, and it ends up paying off massively.
And look at the damage that it's done. Yokai, they won the must-win round, but because they already won it in a 1v1, they have literally nothing to fall back onto. Whereas UNIWAY get another flawless round, and they can basically buy for most of this half now. It is such a brutal start to this, and it can really spiral now as well for Yokai. They have to find a way to get back in control, otherwise they're going to be staring down the barrel of like a 9-3 or an 8-4. It's going to be brutal.
And Skylar grabs the at this close B angles. Oh, look at this.
But that was
Playing a little bit of
fantastic.
chicken there with Radical's trigger. And it does force him to back away a little bit. Throws out the paint shell, so that's some defensive utility for the retake taken away. Paranoia in the hands there. Waiting for that C push through. Bit of a BC split here from Yokai, but they're taking their time with this.
There's literally no one on the map on the A side at all. Literally no one cares about the A site in this round. There is a Viper wall, and that is it.
This is so
Everyone
funny to watch
focused.
from this
Yokai
perspective.
trying really hard to isolate some people.
Just no one caring about
There's
what's
eager
in
to go for
cover.
this here, but the paranoia coming out
Oh,
there
it's
from Bishops is just going to make it even more difficult for Flicker to take that space.
Yeah,
That
that's
bend area
unfortunate.
usually is the domain of a Neon with a shotgun in hand, but Bishops just makes claim it for himself. And so with more engaged potential coming out here from Yokai, I think they're just a little bit desperate to do some damage, get a couple lives
Nice.
down. Bishops get one,
Ooh.
but
Okay, Zizu.
Okay.
You've won these before.
Phantom,
Never mind.
yeah,
Come back.
figured out, but it was a little extra, but not really enough for Yokai to be really satisfied, I don't think.
No, if you can get 3 guns out of their hands, you can start doing some damage to the economy. But I mean, Pure and Shrederick both are at max right now,
Yeah.
and Rutzio is not far behind either. Shrederick, sure, he's rebought, so he's now actually not doing great for himself. But I mean, it's an uphill battle no matter what. Already halfway through this first half, and Yokai, they have found a couple of rounds, but not being able to convert that pistol has cost them so much tempo, so much everything into this half. It's difficult to see how they can really get back in.
This round is a desperation round today now for Yokai. as they
This
have gone
is-
in for that
yeah,
heavy force
just
buy.
one.
Yeah.
Flicker and bash kill on those lower shields, regen, light shield respectively. A lot of ultimates as well in their hands, but
Like, look how
with
far
that
they
knife
push
looking
up
down
though.
from Ruzio, there is
On
one
all
gone,
three
so there's
sides.
one off
Look
of
at this
Rolling
omen.
Thunder as well, and
Yeah.
something I'd be a little bit worried about
Yeah.
there, especially with Reticle.
Please punish this omen, Zizu. Please. Please just swing him and just tap him.
One pure backing away as the
Push through C.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chefs takes the
Beautiful,
ability to
Zizu.
block Zizu's crosshairs,
That's gonna
and
pull a
opened
lot
up
of
a
rotates
potential
off
avenue for Yokai
of
to
of it as
rotate.
well, which is huge.
Oh, this timing.
Yeah. Look
It
who's
all
on
comes down to
there.
the timing.
Where Brucio?
Nice.
No
They
one.
are Flicker conscious.
Nice.
Awake.
This guy's gonna play.
Takes down another. UNIWAY slowly.
One already back
by
on
one
A.
are going down.
Timing on B is crazy as well. Shredder's got someone in his back here.
Bash
Nice.
here.
Bash
Fuck
here,
yes.
beautiful timing now.
No, which could
Everything
be,
is opened
yeah,
up. It's
easy.
2v5. Anyway,
Is it-
you've been picked apart.
Oh, look at the fucking flank be made there.
You've done it from UNIWay. You know, pulling the team pick
No,
there
that's so unlucky.
made UNIWay a little bit more panicky, right? In nature.
Nice.
Zizu cold.
A little extra space to get more info in it. Really pay off too well. A clean shot from Pure though in a 1 versus 4. Good isolation.
Don't
attempt
peek, don't
coming
peek.
through,
Good
but
shot, just
Yokai
shot.
are not giving any inches here. Yeah, Pure in it.
Look at us.
They've learned all too well.
Jumping at the bit. Look.
We want to win the round. We want the kill. Guys, please don't lose guns. Your eco's bad. Please. Nice.
Nice, well done.
We
Nice.
kept 4 guns. Okay.
Okay, that's actually good for us.
Precisely.
That's actually really good for us to
alive.
keep 4.
They do some damage, of course. They get the round on the board, and now they can really look to build the rest of this half out. It's still
No,
an uphill
I love
battle. You're going to be
rounds like
facing
that.
repeated
Obviously,
gun rounds for
when I don't want
like,
the
the
team
next
to
2 or
win.
3 anyway.
When like
But this is how
it's
it
like
has
a
to start.
4v1 and then
Especially
like
attacker side
3 or
Lotus,
4
where
of them
it
all
can
just
be
died at the
so
bomb.
volatile. If they
Those
really
rounds
come
are
into the
so
half with 1 or 2 more,
I saw one.
it might not
I
be
don't remember
enough
what
even
team it
then.
was. A deadlock trapped like 3 people in the moon on the wall, so they all died.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That wasn't a scent, right?
Not dead yet from Pure and the Rolling Thunder from Shadowrek.
I think that was like my last watch, right?
We have a lot in the possession of Yokai.
No, it wasn't.
What's coming is huge
It
right
was
now.
tier 1.
3 ults and 1 more.
Oh yeah, that
near
might have
there
been
as well.
Apex.
You
Yeah, that was
compare it,
Apex.
3 ults
Simple
basically
deadlock,
used in
mostly
that
that's
round.
what it was.
0 value.
Soon a fight's going to be engaging. I think Ruzio.
I remember I did it as well in this
gonna
map.
run rid of the wrong
In
time.
Breach.
Now here in the engage out from Yokai. The Spider Drone aims to clear out any of those close to
There you
luck,
go.
but the attack side on C is going to be where the real action happens and the
You're
real
scared of me. I'm
the
loyal.
real stuff hits the fan. As out comes the Viper Strip from Zizu. Yokai claiming this space for themselves. Ruzio
This guy's just chilling in the
really
ult.
submit to this Viper's pit, be a little bit more sneaky like he's
Pushing
James
through.
Bond.
Like James
crazy.
Bond.
Still sticking around here as well. The Rolling Thunder's going to be thrown out as well. Ruzio's going to be moving back so he doesn't get hit by it.
Timing on this flank is crazy. Bash Kid just turned away. He might get shot in the back of the head by Ridicule.
And it comes. Redicore's initiating. The Horn thrown out as well. It's just perfect timing. Perfect counterplay.
Unfortunate.
Of this Viper's
Oh.
pit. UNIWay
Whoa.
slay Yokai in the blink of an eye.
Completely dismantled. That did not look like the kind of retake that it was. You're retaking into Viper's pit, and you completely pick them apart across the way. That was
That's
disgusting.
so unlucky.
Sure, Ruzio gave you that entry pick. He made it a 5v4, he got out safe, and that's a great play in its own right. But being able to tear apart the attacker like that, I haven't seen team play like that so clean for quite a long time.
Yeah, and on top of that, it is a big thanks to that haunt from Ruzio to combine with that.
Yeah, no, that was a W
with
haunt.
the Rolling
Yeah.
Thunder, because it reveals
Oh,
people
shit.
like recon through walls similar to a Solar Dart, right? So if you throw it in the center of that Viper's pit, the range is a little more lenient, so it can land on people that you may not see with your own eyes. And so that gave a very easy avenue to understand the locations for UNIWay to continue that clean retake. It was just perfect.
Ridicule's found himself a long way from home. They so aggressive on this attacker side.
Oh.
Ah, no, he's alone. He's trying to be Rambo, but Brownie's seen those moves a bit too much.
Nice, nice,
Oh,
Saki.
Enough to go
Oh,
back.
Zaki.
Zaki exchanges quick enough. Ruzio gets one on the entry, but that's all UNIWay have at their disposal.
Oh, what?
Come on, man.
Bishops!
Oh.
How do you get away with that? He's just too clean. He's too calm with it.
How are they doing this?
And
Like,
this is the thing that we see
consistently?
UNIWay do so often, and it works because of who
That's
they
my
have
thought.
playing for them.
Yeah, this flank
Sure,
is
the first play didn't work.
close
The
every
second
time.
play was
Brownie's
not
always
perfect,
man.
but the third and the fourth
Nice,
play
easy.
always seem to just go their way. Now we're into 1v1, And I'm hard pressed to doubt Bishops in this. His position is so disgusting. How is he ever here?
Wow.
He's never meant to be here.
Unfortunate.
Excellent there. What a round from Bishops. Saving UNIWAY from what seemed like, honestly, at one point a done deal. It was a 4-on-2. Bashkid took a little bit too much space for comfort. Bishops gets one. And what is this? This isn't even.
Whoa,
luck.
whoa, whoa!
This
Why
is
are his fingers so
Oh,
long?
look. Oh, I was just gonna say that. It's like the fingers. What?
The longest set of fingers I've ever seen. What the fuck?
Most likely Yokai are into trail to follow that. I mean, wow, well done.
It's unlikely Bashkir is ever going to be there alone, especially 4v2. You want to play the numbers game. It's likely that there are more behind, and this time he was proven right, completely vindicated in his belief. And now, into this 10th round, UNIWAY already up onto 6, and they're just going to keep taking these fights because Yokai, they don't feel that they're able to take them.
It's just unfortunate. They keep taking these fights and they keep winning them.
Stunned by that.
Yeah.
Nice, Branny.
Well.
Oh, we are so far forward.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
We can take these fights.
Huge. 1v4
That
counter.
was-
Destroying UNIWAY.
Come on, surely they expect the
All of
point.
them are low.
If we throw this, then
And this is how you have to play this.
yeah, we gotta hang it up,
You
bud.
have to play UNIWAY like this because they will keep pushing
Gotta
if they
expect the
think that
flank.
you're a pushover. If you allow them to take this space on C, you have an impossible attack
They
site on
always
your hand.
flank.
If you fight back
Yeah,
strategically,
there's always at
very
least
well
one
with your
flank,
utility,
so
you have the opportunity to win some of these rounds.
I mean, that's why they
Just
win
kinda
their
give over
fights
to you
so
if they
consistently.
don't
Very
believe
nice.
that you are
It's
equal
because they
to
always
them.
have a flag.
And this is a good punish now coming from Yokai. A 4th on the board. It's not a perfect attacker side by any means, but rounds like this, it
Like,
is a hope.
whoa, Branny.
Branny's just cold.
Branny's the goat.
You know, had Shadowrick managed to get the flash out just moments before, Pure might have gone on a kill, got back to life, and may have been a whole different round there from Unio, but the timing's out. The peak position from Branny was just perfection there to keep the momentum going, keep the ball rolling.
They're
This is
straight
the
into this. They're going to go
snowball.
crazy on the A side instead this time. C side not good enough. We'll go fight you on A as well.
All the Horde reveals all, darkness revealed behind the smokes and the toxic screen. Bishop wants to bounce a little extra momentum on that with Paranoia, but he won't land it. Branny finally
line.
coming out through the box. Ruzio with 2, defending that box with his life alongside Pure. Shadowrick with a 2.
Oh.
It's only now.
Alright, I
one.
believe in Bashkir. It makes a
Bashkir
difference.
alone.
Never mind. Unlucky.
Vicious will just play ring around the rosy with him on top of his head.
There was not a difference.
There was no difference to be made that round, unfortunately.
Decided.
And the key difference in that round was that every fight seemed to be taken on UNIWAY's terms. They were able to unpeak when they wanted to. You're pushing into them on A. There is still a minute 30 left in the round when they lose the first player. They don't have to commit to these fights, and yet they choose to, and Yokai get punished for trying to fight into an opponent that wants to do just this. They want to get down and dirty, take you in the fist fight, because they believe they have the better aim. And if you give them opportunities like this, they might just prove it.
I think he's right. I think letting them waste their utility for these fights.
We keep trying to like fight everything. I get that we also.
This guy's been a hero with that horn in particular.
Yeah, if we just let them waste all their muscle on this first fight, just
So much
hang
power
back,
out of that horn, and it's been
I think they fall apart
downfall
after
of
that.
the
Yeah,
round.
like
Several
we're
kills.
fighting so much,
A little bit of a panic there
and
from
we don't
Keys,
really
who
need to be.
landed the-
I don't know.
the snake
Bishop
kick
just
correctly.
pushes these.
I mean,
Like
the
I get it.
face
We
was
both like to fight. Like
certainly
both
aware
teams
of it.
really like to fight.
Managed to get away,
But
much
we.
more thunder. Now that
Okay, this is fine.
forced out comes the overdrive. Pure is stunned. The guide itself was joining too. It is an
Nice.
onslaught of utility.
Nice.
Which Flicker will capitalize on. Having said though,
No, we
the
just
health
get
of
B,
Yokai
yeah.
are relatively low. Reticle still
Yep.
an operator and a showstopper with Riccio.
Oh, this timing's crazy though.
Timing.
Back in hand. If this timing works out, it might just be magic again. Flicker is aware, but is he aware of the operator he's got?
Ooh.
A chance coming through.
No.
Riccio on the other side.
Oh no!
UNIWAY! Time and time again! Numbers disadvantages!
Yeah, the
Be
flank is
damned.
always gross
They
from
don't
these.
care, they'll bite the bullet!
Yeah.
They'll prove they're made to last!
Yeah. I cannot even begin to understand what just occurred in front of my eyes. A beautiful 2v4 retake, giving them all of these fights that aren't even that
Unfortunate.
disadvantageous, if we're being honest. A 1v1 into an operator doesn't look great, but the only reason that play even works in the first place is Rusio finds 2 of them facing backwards and connects. They don't think he can be there that fast into the round, and yet he is there. UNIWAY consistently finding the timings that Yokai are completely
It's okay,
unready
we win on
for.
defense.
And every single time it's uprooted them. Think back to that 1v1 where Bishop's found himself an
Our
attacker
obsession with
side A
fighting is going
main.
to help us on defense,
He
I think.
shouldn't have been able to
So-
get there, but he was there on time, and it keeps happening. And this time, it's going to be a cause for a timeout because Yokai are going to have to talk that one through, talk through how they're able to lose another massive numbers advantage situation.
I think on top of that, you have to also note that Rusio had initially, seemingly from Yokai, been cleared by Bashkir from that main area. They were instead, you know, you had the assumption that he was going to be from heaven, and that's why Redicoil's position on main with that up proved to be a red herring. You know, made Yokai panic and turn back around. We gotta stop this operator. This guy's gonna be dominating us from if we're gonna be hiding that retake from C long or C main, C link or heaven. And no, it didn't happen. It ended up being a bit of a, like I said, a red herring that gave Ritzio easy access to the spines of Yokai. It just sprays him down from the back. I mean, yeah, Yokai seemingly haven't lost a bit of composure.
I feel like it would have been easier for us to just go C in that round.
This time they want to try and calm themselves down and reset their mental for the defender side.
They're really playing into how UNIWAY want to go. We saw how aggressive that attacker side was, winning multiple rounds in a row. There's quite a nice progression we have through that half. Yokai are allowed 1 and UNIWAY win 2 for every 1. It's very oppressive, especially when you think that you're the ones that are attacking, and suddenly you have 5 defenders in your face fighting you for the first inch that you need to take. It's difficult, but that is the way that UNIWAY play, and Yokai have to find a way to now counteract this on the defender
Briny
side.
doesn't have a TP to get out.
They'll
So
have a little bit more map positioning, a little bit more util perhaps. UNIWAY still have the good guns though,
Okay,
so
he's out. He's out.
never going to be an easy one.
Granny, so rapid, so elegant with those movements to dodge all that utility.
Right
He's
the
gonna
way
be
out
able
of
to
there.
get away with his life. And now suddenly,
Just regroup.
runs down
Regroup.
despite that. UNIWAY will claim the whole site. He's got Pure on that flank too, and I think Zizu is privy
No.
to a potential flank coming through from either main or.
I don't think
not
he quite
even
expects
broken
this,
door.
though.
I don't think he's ready for the flank. Oh, he's gonna be walking into Zizu right in front of his very eyes, and he's gonna be taken down.
Which I think is me. So
Significant pressure now causing Bashkir to
1,
clean
I
out
think
the
is me.
numbers.
Nice.
The attempt of aggression coming out is exchanged 2-on-2.
CT.
CT flank.
Out from the flank here. Back to where?
Oh.
Oh, man, fleet footwork. Hits the balance landing off the jump and just finishes them off. Zaki is just a
Unlucky.
sitting duck. Waiting for Shadowrek to pull the trigger. Yokai will get to 9. That's a disastrous round there from Yokai.
It's never easy hitting the moving target, especially on the pistols, but the amount of time, I think it was Zaki and CT had, he heard Pure running for so long. He knew exactly where he was coming from, he knew exactly when he was going to peek, and still the kill goes the other way. That is a heart-wrenching pistol to lose. And now, if UNIWAY convert this, Yokai are very rapidly running out of time. Only the 4 rounds on the attacker side. They're going to have to basically do exactly what UNIWAY did and win this pistol conversion somehow.
I mean, oftentimes
What?
we've seen teams
This is not the
start
way.
to bounce back, but I mean, you're just walking into some long-range weaponry here. Anyway, just I don't know how they make such a
I don't think it came through. I barely even heard it.
Maybe kind of expected it from a counter strat, but I mean, I was just accidentally predicted there. Shadowing, he's got the books to prove it, man. He's got that mind reading skill out there, and Yokai in turn obliterated.
Yeah, they know the mental of Yokai has to be in the mud after the manner in which they've lost some of these rounds. Expecting the push from all sides, we also saw them holding off on C. They didn't want to go anywhere near the mound, holding right the way back on A, waiting for any util to come. It ends up being the B mid push, but they were ready for literally any of those options, waiting for the pistols to push into them, taking the longest range fight that they possibly could, and it was never going to be a win for Yokai after that.
Unlucky.
Unfortunately, Flicker cannot even inflict any damage. Bonus now as well from UNIWAY is going to be one of the better bonus buys I've seen in quite a while. Yokai already in must-win territory.
I mean, we're seeing the pattern repeat of the previous Lotus.
Yeah, we have to
iteration
win
where
this
these guys
next
played
round.
Their first match last time.
Yeah.
At least
had
Yokai
won
got 5.
13-5. Yeah, Yokai in this half. They
We
haven't
need to
gone
win this
past
round and
5
just
yet.
destroy
They
them.
lost 6 rounds in a row last time against UNIWAY on this second half, but maybe this time things can change. Yokai have to find a way to adjust through this because UNIWAY have really just clocked everything here. They've been playing excellently here. An attempt to be push, hold, reveal Zaki.
They opened the door.
But
Bronny is way up.
An attempt of aggression there from Bronny. I mean,
Brownie?
he was just alone there.
What?
A little bit callous, and you've lost one of your potential retake.
The spike is way
there.
down in T-spawn though, so it's not spotted by Yokai. But
Hey,
UNIWAY's
they-
gonna have to send
they're
someone
not
back to go
even
fetch that.
Doing this
Bishop's
spike.
nowhere near
Wow.
his ultimate, so he's not gonna be the one. Might be able to get out the rotation though. They're
Unlucky
allowed
Bushka.
right the way back through. AC to be
Nice.
pretty free.
Attempts from Lurk from both sides, failing and succeeding from both sides as well. Both Bashkia, Bishops having gone down in an attempt to
This is
lurk up
fast.
and get some extra kills behind their backs. UNIWAY have transitioned their scope very quickly onto the A site. And Yokai are seemingly making this read, especially now that Horn's been thrown down. Zizu is still a little bit paranoid, a little bit afraid of this flank. And Ritsu
Yeah, no,
is
we
on
read
flank
the
push,
hell out of
he
that.
is
You're
on
gonna
that
push through.
redraw
Yeah,
area.
but they're aware of Zizu here.
Careful. Who's going to take the first blow? I'm really curious on what this fight between
Nice.
Zizu and Ritsu is going to be, because that's the big one to even up the
Shedrick's
numbers here.
fighting him,
Zizu
right?
is down. Zizu,
He got away as
not
well.
down. Ritsu
Thank
is down.
you.
He's
Come on,
stunned.
Zizu.
Shedrick's going to be creeping up just at the right time.
Oh,
And Pure,
yeah.
same time as well. Quick on the draw. Takes down Flick on the other side.
Stunned him as well.
Zaki,
Fine, he gets it. Zaki.
maybe
You win that.
dead here. So disciplined from both.
How do you peek into that crossfire?
How do you
How do you
do
even win
Time
this?
is- Time is so low.
You
You're
don't.
gonna be forced to commit after all, because
Yeah,
after
that's
this,
unfortunate.
you're just
Yeah.
asking to fall at that point. Anyway, we'll get to 11. It's getting more and more dire for Yokai here. They're at desperate measures here. What are they gonna do?
When we don't win the
That
round,
is
we
an impossible
absolutely need to be
1v2.
winning as well. That's
As
fuck.
far as impossible 1v2 goes, you have to hit a 180-degree flick after shooting the first guy before the second guy can even hit you. A brutal position to be in for Zaki, and it was possible at the 3v3, especially after Zizu finds that flank kill. But they isolate so effectively after that. Shedrick says, "You're not allowed more than the one. I am going to take you down by myself." And then after that, it just seemed like a natural progression. It was so odd. They're going to get into the C action instead now.
He is just overwhelmed by utility here. Anyway, still.
Oh my god, the fast flank.
Holy shit, we're up here fast.
Oh, wait, Hodge was actually really
Yeah, we
fun.
are.
An attempt, but Bishop's
I mean, it's
just gonna
unfortunate,
stand.
but
I mean, you saw an instance where there
Wow.
might have been a bounce back if they managed
That
to
raise with the
escape from
judge
Hunter,
is
maybe bring the
insane.
weapons back, but nope, it's not it. You get to match point. Yokai still with 4. They have gotten barely anything on the board that, in fact, allowed UNIWAY to get to 12 while being able to insist on that full buy.
I think the key thing there is the pace that some of these rounds have been played at only ever favors UNIWAY. In the slower game, Yokai have the opportunity to pick them apart with better team play, better util. That's something they have to pride themselves
Imagine
on today,
Judge
because right
Martin.
now, they are nowhere near winning the Firepower War.
No, not even. Yeah, I agree. I mean, even then, UNIWAY.
Oh.
have
It's
been
fun.
excellent
We
on
got
the
one.
strategy. It's a bit
Nice.
difficult,
Good
right?
trade.
It feels like UNIWAY are kind of masters of both, whereas Yokai, although great, unfortunately can only do
I mean, that
so
ult
much
kinda
with
helped
one
him get out
single
now.
strength badge.
yeah.
Hello.
It's streak throughout this entire time, and Zaki's just been caught with his pants down entirely.
What?
So quick to get the punish
He's
there.
been what?
Zizu too.
Caught with his pants down.
Come on, Zizu.
Zizu, or not Zizu, Zaki, why would you take
Just
him
gets
off
worse and worse for
mid?
Yokai,
Come on.
man. Flicker is also extremely low. There's only so much he can do. Yeah.
He totally
Like,
gets
it's a done
cleared
deal
here.
in a pretty disappointing fashion,
Just
unfortunately.
live clear.
You're as clear as
Run,
though.
fireworks, but
Nice.
cleared.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Wait, who do you-
Running with this from the
2v1.
shadows out is 2. You can get the retake on, but you need the swing together, Yokai! No, you might have just thrown it now. You
Oh.
have. Oh, Yokai were down and out for a get-go, man. That individual peak was, unfortunately, the final knife in the back
Lotus,
there for
yeah.
Yokai on Lotus.
That's fine, that was their
Taken
map pick.
down in extremely dominant fashion, just like the last time they played.
That's just rough that we lose that
Now, up
13-4.
next we have Pearl. Last time
Yeah.
they played, it
Yeah.
was 13-9 UNIWAY, but Yokai, desperate moments mean desperate measures. Is this the time where they can finally bring it back?
It has to be for them. Last time they played Lotus, it was 13-5. This time it's 13-4. I think... I don't know if they can ever get rid of the permaban of Fracture because, you know, UNIWAY on Fracture is a whole other beast
Oh yeah.
that no one wants to go up against. We saw that when they played against Wasp. Another 13-5 demolished job. There doesn't seem to be any correct answer right now, especially for the way that UNIWAY play on Lotus. It's so aggressive. It's so in your face. And your teamwork has to be perfect. Otherwise, you will get multiple results like this where it just feels like one team is completely overmatched. Pearl could be a very different situation. It's a very different looking map, a lot of different geometries that could be played around. But they're going to have to find something to turn the tides, because if this aggression is allowed again, if UNIWAY are allowed to get away with half as much they did, it's still going to be one of the more disgusting best of threes we've ever seen.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Pearl is up next. This is some potential for some very spicy gameplay. I'm telling you now, with the comps I know, this could get pretty hype. So, guys, don't go anywhere. This is their chance for Yokai to overcome this setback on Lotus. We'll see you guys after the break.
Yeah. Yeah, we have. Let's just hope it doesn't fuck up our confidence too much. I've met ZZ, but I've never heard him in a game, especially against a team like UNIWAY. I would get tilted playing as UNIWAY, and I don't really tilt. No, but I mean in game, like in officials. I don't tilt in officials.
If I kept getting hard flanked like ZZ with that game, I would tilt real fast.
I mean, it's just frustrating, I think, for them.
Yeah.
They're working so hard to do this, and just to get shut down because a team like UNIWAY won't stop pushing. I mean, there's ways for us to stop that as well. I mean, we didn't have to fight a lot of the stuff we fought.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I look at it from that angle, is like, game was totally winnable if we played different, you know?
Oh,
That's how I always look at it in officials, it's like...
100%,
Yeah, a lot of them A pushes, we could have just cancelled them and let them fizzle out on that.
We could have just let them burn you till make some press towards there and then run C.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, the only reason I'll ever tilt in an official is if I feel like my team doesn't want to win.
Yeah, if it feels like everyone else has given up, it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's the only time where I'm like, hey, come on, let's not.
We've all put hard work into this, let's not give up.
Yeah. I mean, that last round was so winnable as well. Just slightly off timing. We kept dying through smokes so much.
Yeah. You got two smokes like 5 or 6 times that game. It's unfortunate. I thought we were gonna shit on them after that pistol. Look here.
If we got that buy round, our game would have gone totally differently, I think.
Yeah.
A team like UNIWAY is such a they're such a momentum-based team, I've noticed.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Similarly, you'll see it with Shopify Rebellion, the GC team SRG. Their team, they're really talented, but they are so momentum-based. Like, if SRG get 3 good rounds, they win the game. Get 3 rounds in a row, 3 good rounds in a row, they've won the game. Like, they just get possessed, I think. But it's very similar type of playstyle with UNIWAY, I think. That round was insane from Branny, though. He just full runs at a Clove Vault. Like, what a goat. Yeah, no, I mean, we lost, like, 2 or 3 rounds to this team, and they were like, oh yeah, we won the game. Immediately from there, and it just spiraled from that.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I can hear this coming through.
Okay. Stop doing it then. Put it in the bin. Oh, but I mean, like, when you pretty much just think with your team, you have the confidence of, oh, we've won this game.
You do win the game.
You do. Because your team play is going to be so much better. like you're gonna be just working off each other. Your comms are gonna be much better.
Yeah. I had a similar experience in ranked the other day. Got two good teams, good comms. We're all just talking to each other, letting people know what's going off.
Yeah, when
Win,
mental's when mental's good, the game feels unlosable.
Yeah.
Like,
but when it's bad, it feels so unwinnable.
yeah, like this game, I guarantee you would have felt so unwinnable for us. Which is why it was probably so frustrating, because it's just like we were dying to complete BS a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like here, this is just unfortunate. We didn't think they'd have that.
And then we die through smoke. That Omen just kills through smokes.
Yeah.
That guy was MVP on their team, I think, but like, my lord. Yo, who gets Aura Award today, though?
I think it's too early to tell. I don't really think anybody had aura that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we have to give it to someone on UNIWAY. I think we have to give it to their Omen. Like. Dude, he was fucking cold though.
Yeah.
I did notice that. He had some cold moments. Like that 3K was cold.
Zach had some good moments that game actually.
Yeah.
But we gave it. No, he called it Rick last time actually. So we gave it to Zizu.
But like, that was no, it was around that was just. Oh, can you stop fucking around?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to VEC Prophecies. We just came back from a crazy
It
stomp
was a
on
4v2,
Lotus of the hands of UNIWAY.
and then we just get absolutely fucked by fighting solo.
So far in their
There's two of them there, but they fought so solo.
In this tournament. But up next, we got Pearl.
I was just
a map that
unlucky.
might be
Yeah.
a ray of hope for this team. We'll have to wait and see, because last time they were against UNIWAY in their first map of.
Did we not go
in their
OG
first
last
match
time?
Of bracket stage.
Oh god,
So
we
we
might
lost
have.
13-9. This is their chance to bring it back and take us to Haven Route.
I'm
What do you
proud.
think of this one?
I think that if last time these two teams
What, the last game we
is
watched
anything
back?
to go by, 13-5, 13-9,
No, the last time we
maybe
played UNIWAY on
13-4,
Pro, we
13-8.
got
Is that what
OG.
we're looking at? I don't know.
remember. I think it was the
Pearl should be
39.
more, at least close. Should be something
Maybe
heading
close.
their way, but Yokai have already put themselves
Uh-huh.
into
It'll be on
like, the
Wikipedia
uphill
now.
battle.
Yeah, I'll have
If they can make this a map,
No, I'll look-
I will
I'm looking at my
be
phone.
pleased for them. If they can get a map, I
Oh,
think
fine, let me see.
the Haven as the final map is very interesting. I think there is definitely some parts of Haven you can exploit, but you have to get there first, and it all comes down
Zaki Yoru.
to getting through Pearl with a victory, which they were unable to do last time.
Oh.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, both
What?
these teams love running
Okay,
Yoru, both these teams
Hoodie
like running Chamber,
Vice,
like
what the
VEC
fuck are we
that
doing?
And indeed we will. That's still gonna
We
be the
are
case here.
trying
But
something new by the looks of it.
We're trying new roles.
Yes, it will be. It can be sober. On
Wait,
yeah,
should we lock that in by
from
accident?
Shadowrick
Maybe?
Forest,
I don't know.
Pure
I don't think
Outwit
so.
Device, again, a similar theme as last time these guys played. It's going to be the Astra, Vise, Yoru, and Chamber, all four matched
Definitely
up.
interested
Yoru
to
sounds
see what's
awesome.
happening.
On Initiator. Outside of that, it's basically a mirror comp, and I
Yeah,
can't wait to see this one. Both these guys have been
Everybody
deadly
look up
on the
there
Chamber.
behind the moment.
Literally 6 agents in this game, 4 repeats, just the Fade and the Sova being different. I mean, definitely some intricacies you can get into there with how these initiators will act within their team comp, but I think the overall composition is something to really lock in on. The ability to maybe even go double sniper when you have Chamber Yoru is there, where especially it isn't on a lot of other compositions. The map itself doesn't lend itself to it, but it wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like that on
Wait,
the
what?
Yoru Chamber. And then
Someone in our
especially
server is
thinking
called
B-Long,
Tangerine.
Astra is
I
so
wanna be
potent in
observant.
the
Oh.
retakes. If either side, when they're attacking, keep the Astra alive,
Right.
it's near impossible to actually get a retake.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big ideas about Ascent is how big, not Ascent, Pearl, is how big of a map it is. And on top of that, those really long angles do make for a strong post plant scenario. And Astra just makes the cherry on top on stuff like that, right? Vice has also proven to be the premier Sentinel on this map. It used to be Cypher, but now things have changed. Cypher, although still very solid, I feel like nowadays the mainstay, the main staple Sentinel of the map has been Vice. And she
I don't
has
remember.
been a phenomenal
It was a while ago.
for multiple reasons.
It was like
you
2
can
weeks
have so
ago.
many varying setups coming through that are of equal value that you can adapt with alongside your team. The arc close is excellent, especially considering how long range some of these are. You can use arc closes early to scout information on the attack or defense.
Fine, we won't throw it today.
Aggro for your team.
You can call a single timeout
with the flash coming through if it blinds somebody.
I just
it's
noticed
just that extra cherry on top.
Yeah, and it feels like of all the things for Sentinel to be doing, it's the attacker side where she is most potent. That wall that she has, if nothing else gives info, you always see it. Whichever site the team decides to go to will have the Vice wall on the flank. They know if someone is coming from behind, and then they can deal with it, or they can completely forget about the flank because they know for a fact that no one's coming. And when you compare that to the other things that other agents give you, especially Sentinels, nothing even comes close to that level of control in these post-plant situations. It now is just how can these teams execute in their ways of getting onto the sites in the first place, because nothing else really matters on this map.
Yeah, I mean, the only one way you could go past that wall, without making noise, is to pop the dimensional drift, because, you can only find out that they are looking at you and not the fact that of where you are exactly, right? So that's the only way you can counter it, and you have to invest one of the strongest ultimates in the game off of Yoru, and that's obviously a task that most smart players would not even bother to do. They're just going to commit to that retake, and that's that. You could maybe use the chamber trademark to get yourself
that they use mocking me. I've noticed that.
I
don't use it.
saying the team is going to hear you from behind, so that's not going to be an easy endeavor to pull off.
Oh, never mind.
So, yeah, this is a really strong agent for a multitude of reasons. I think on the attack, you have that free info so quickly, so early. You have solid anti post plant measures to go in through that as well. You have loads of easy usages of that wall, be it through a mid lurk, be it through a flank from A and flank from B. You can use so much of that wall. On defense, she's also so scary with how one-sided her setups are. You can pull a devastating setup on the B site, for example, where you can have that long wall across from that box up until you get into the site. And it is
Look
a
at us
big
just
store of info,
in
it is a big space remover, and then after
All
that, you
five
get
of
the
us
bombs.
jumping
So
around.
it's just more and more snowballing of difficulty in that defensive side, right?
And that is the perfect descriptor of a Sentinel, right? That it just keeps on coming. It never stops coming. I mean, you look at everything else that you could possibly choose, nothing comes
No, I
close
don't think so.
to the amount of value you get from the Vice.
We're all
You
of
can
us
look
are.
elsewhere, but honestly, there is a
all in
much more
one
point. We know what these agents can do at this point. It now comes down to how well the individuals can act upon them. And we saw in our game one how much better the individuals of UNIWAY were, especially when compared to the individuals of Yokai. The team play, I'll be honest, felt like it was on about a par. Neither side really took massive advantage. There were a lot of great solo reads coming in from UNIWAY, but not a lot of great team play. Yokai struggled to get anything going as a team as well. It really came down to the rounds they winning being the individual popping off as opposed to the team creating a good play. They have to change that dynamic in this game too, otherwise we are looking at a very early
so bad in that chair.
We'll have to wait and see. Yokai, they don't want to go out in a whimper. They've shown how much worthy of a team they really
watch
can.
partying in the bed, bro.
The rest of their lower bracket matches.
Yokai watch party in the bedroom?
I was gonna have a nap during the tech balls.
Favorites for top 2, if not top 3.
What
Maybe
drink is that? Why is it bright green?
See if they even advance at that rate, because we've still got a path to go into. This is Yokai's pick. And if there's any time of a proving ground to let UNIWAY know they should be damn scared of this team, it is going to be now.
It is for you.
Seems to be in the scopes for UNIWAY. Maybe even a little bit of a split. You can see.
It's so warm.
Thank you.
Sorry, Zaki on that Yoru, ready to throw out that gate crash to go into that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. What did you just do?
Nothing. It just like blew up when I opened it.
With both Ruzio and
Please don't break my soda.
soon to be dropped very soon. As Radical takes a myriad of damage,
Oh.
tries to get one, but it's Gets traded off by Vanny swiftly. Rusio takes a lot of damage and will back away.
Zizou's 1 HP.
Yeah, I mean, a
But
massive
okay,
HP trade.
he has Chamber
Zizou,
Deek.
8 remaining. Ruzio, a little bit more
he-
himself, but very interesting to
He doesn't
see
need it.
holding
Doesn't
off
need health,
Flicker.
just Chamber Deek.
I don't even know how much Flicker has spent on util, but if he hasn't even gone for the wall in the first round, I will be slightly surprised, but it looks like he might not have.
I think Flicker just waiting a little bit for the right moment
Do we get to see the aerial POV of this fight?
to pop it maybe during a post-mont scenario, because they are playing a little bit more defaulty, right? So
Look where they're
they've taken
going.
that post before. Out
Oh.
comes that horn.
It just fully left B and then went back.
Catch out anybody, but it doesn't force one to pull
How
the
would they
trigger.
leave and go back?
So it does give a little bit
They
of a
did
hint
not
of
make a
Yokai's
decision.
intentions here for UNIWAY.
I feel like their Astra looked on mini, saw them all leaving B.
And
I was like, guys, they're not A.
Eyesight. And with the dark coming through, it's going to reveal more and more, but
Oh,
this time it's a
whoa,
bit
whoa,
of a,
whoa,
bit
look
of
at the
fake
rotates.
here. Yokai swift on the rotate, but
They have 30
Zero and Shadowrock are very much
You were
aware
right
they're
about them
still holding these
rotating
long
really
angles.
fast.
Out
The
comes the
Chamber's gone
stun,
into spawn
and
3 times
soon
this round.
Pure is going to be on a scary pincer flank.
Yeah, they just hear nothing and just go, right, I'm leaving.
Perfect here from
Whoa,
Shadowrock,
whoa,
the
whoa.
master of the ghosts.
Unlucky,
Ruzio's
what the
takedown is
fuck?
counter chamber.
Damn, Shedderic's
So it's a
cold.
clean 1 win round
Shedderic's
anyway, you know.
cold, what
I don't
the heck?
recognise some of these names from UNIWAY though.
Yeah,
Like,
a little
isn't
bit
UNIWAY a
overkill going
British
with
team?
the headshot on the headhunter. The guy's 8 HP, probably not necessary,
Are
but still
they?
hits it anyway because he's just that guy. But
That's what the
Shredder,
caster said.
beautiful angle management, takes them down one by one on the long angle. Cannot ask for much more from your initiator player.
Let me have a look.
Discipline there from Shadowrock, and he's
It is
an
a- it is a
expert with
northeast
pistol
team,
rounds, I
so
feel like.
it
I feel
is-
like if there's any player from UNIWAY, be it in clutches or in pistol rounds, he's the guy to really be afraid of in scenarios like that, and he's proving it well in dividends in the start here from UNIWAY. That being said, this map is pretty sided towards the
I mean,
defense.
Shederick,
This
Bishops,
pistol round is
and
not the best granted, but also not the worst.
Oh.
Phone fake coming out is perfect though to counteract Shadowrock here. Now
Oh,
suddenly
and
control,
their
thoroughly established an
Oh.
attempt there
Oh,
from
rough.
Bishops to
What is a
do
rough
but the shot
diamond?
that pays off
Yeah.
hugely in fact.
I have one
He
from
does even
Belarus
one
and
against
one from
Zaki,
Ukraine.
and he's only got a border but 2 bullets.
Zaki, nice.
Zaki.
Zaki overwhelmed,
Oh, unfortunate.
soon to be impressed by Rediqual on the Marshall.
But it's okay,
Here's
Zizou.
Mike is still in the UNIWAY's possession. Zizou wants to try and make some
Oh.
space
Oh,
on the
what
B.
is
Neither
swing?
of them can hit the shots here. Point blank, push force, come back.
Unlucky.
Goes in favor of Zizou, but that's all
Oh.
it's gonna get.
Hold
There,
on,
there was a
hold
chance though, there was a chance, there was a chance.
It's a win. Not exactly a pure win. Shrederick didn't expect that clone play at
Fucking
all.
Bishop
I
hit
did
the
not
judge
expect
there.
the Bishop's play.
Okay.
Psycho jumping in with the judge. Still repeaks at 38 HP, just accepts fate.
Yeah,
So
Like-
UNIWAY really
3 do fall, so
pushes in on
this
any kind of
bonus
prod
is
or
gonna be
poking, don't
rough
they?
at best for
They're,
UNIWAY,
they're very
but it is
aggressive.
still a
If they
bonus
see
round.
space,
Even
they
if
are
they
taking
lose
that
this, they will
space,
go
whether it
into that
kills
full
them or
gun
not.
round in our round 4.
Yeah.
If they can win this, Yokai
Yeah, bro.
once more staring down the barrel of a very rough half.
I mean, you actually saw this last
Yokai. Goats, my demons.
Ooh, spotted. He's got to get out.
Oh, they made them both go back. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was aura from Zaki.
But the only way you kind of bounce
No,
back to
I
Rediqual
think we
guarding
have to
Bishops if
the
you
aura
want to take
or
an
we're
actual
playing
space
Yor,
to
no?
defend
That's so
Down
random.
Divins
The
again.
indie player playing
This
Yorin.
next inferior weaponry round. Shadowrock needs to find the right
Nice.
timing to counteract.
Nice.
And they have their duelist playing-
Sentinel.
Nice,
Nice, Zizou.
Wait, smoke light shield, I told you.
Very, very lethal pursuer out through, but
And there's 2 more
does
on
get
lights as well.
counteracted here from Zizou. And now,
Mhm, 2 more
Bay
R
is in the
levels for
sights with
Zizou.
UNIWAY not having a single man on there.
Yeah, look
You
at-
see Rusio
getting ready for
swiftly
the
ready to go
rotates
rotate,
already.
but throws out
Yeah.
Chamber
Zizou
already on A.
well, ready to teleport alongside his teammate to
Bro,
counteract
that chamber
the
does not
retake.
give a fuck,
Zaki
Jesus.
Onto the side,
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Not a lot of damage thrown, but it is Zaki alone for a little while as those
He
thorns
has
are
some
forcing them away a
confidence,
bit,
but like,
the plant will be
we can
confirmed
definitely
here for
punish them
Yokai.
for that.
Yeah, and
This is so
this
free.
is once again just such a difficult position. We saw coming in,
Oh.
the guns they had were
That's right.
unlikely to be able to compete.
That's
And
fine
the early
because
picks
Zizou holding
just
it.
prove that. Zizu now
Ooh.
wants to farm
Oh,
some
good
income
shot.
ranks of his own.
Oh, Zizou is
Did get
right.
tagged down pretty heavily.
fine,
by
he can
Ricky,
kill
so
this
he might
Yor,
just
actually.
look to disengage, but the
Oh.
retake is very near impossible.
Granny.
They
Yoru.
should know
There's a
about
whiff
advice
from there,
for
Yoru
that,
there.
but maybe
Yeah.
not. They
Granny's
stepped over the
cool.
wall. Maybe the wall timed out. I
The Irish
no idea
man.
what's going on
Thanks.
there.
Oh, they are stuck.
The wall was there at the start of the round.
Yeah, Pure's been definitely checking. You see the trademark coming down, but Pure's been in a bit of an off-angle
Ooh, they do.
position, and that's prompted Yokai to
Who's
swiftly
gone
run
for?
back and take down the
Nice.
significant threat. And
Oh my god.
Firing
Nice.
squad, bro.
more, Franny will eventually team
Everybody's there.
Yokai will one round with potential to get to another one. He
Executed.
did not really lose
Yeah,
a
like,
weapon.
like
That was
leave.
really clean
For what?
around there
Sure.
from Yokai. You saw it was a similar scenario again where they pulled off the fakes and the
Yeah, it's
rotations
just
at
like
just the right
when-
time. to
Enemy
fool
has been
UNIWAY.
slain.
Yeah, beautiful take into that bonus.
That guy's so slay.
They can expect after doing that much equal damage
that one's so
there
slay.
isn't going to be much resistance. Wherever you
Enemies-
want to go, you can really
enemies still
manipulate
slay.
UNIWAY a lot more than you would be able to in a
Enemies
round like
can
this,
slay
where they
indeed.
could fight back so much harder. So now
Win 9
heading
wins in a
into
row.
our fourth.
This
Didn't get the
tournament's
early A
unreal.
presence coming from both sides. Ridicule really has to get out of there.
This is an aggressive Astra.
A little bit of pressure. Oh, Bishops!
This is an Astra who was stuck.
Still gets out though.
That
Get
is,
away, but I think
you know,
Yokai know that he is close in quarters. Maybe a little bit
like,
skeptical.
look
Look,
at the
they're
map.
stacked
Look
full
at
of
the
it.
rotates.
They throw down that.
I like
They're
the
gonna
cutting the
swing us.
noise and leaving.
Very aware of
I
the
don't like the push from the enemy team here, though. That's risky as hell.
No.
Oh, is just blinded.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Savagely shot by Rediquel. And so, advantage has been pretty well solidified here from UNIWAY. You still have this wall from Pure, and Pure is going to be respecting the space that he has to his disposal. But Yokai soon to be pushing it, aware of the wall,
Okay,
conscious of
that's
it.
fine. There's two towards A. They've walked
Sure.
this, so we fake that
We
wall.
notified
Nice.
of that wall being tripped. The flash maybe soon to be thrown out
Nice.
as well. Out comes the thorns.
And then we
to
can just
slow
cut
it
noise
down.
and leave.
Also, you don't hear any noise running through
Yeah.
those thorns, which means that
Oh, we're
nobody's
making
running
noise, never mind.
out. And so, the space is
We
still
don't
practically
fuck.
controlled.
Yeah, we're just
Pure. As you
charging
hear them running out
towards
through here,
B.
they're soon going to be walking in.
Charge!
A lot of damage. Pure was
Oh.
really get the space
Perfect.
right a bit too
Good
blind
trade.
to continue the
2v4,
momentum.
winnable,
But it is
winnable,
still
winnable.
UNIWAY with 4 numbers in favor of
Do they
2.
expect to win?
Yokai
They do now.
Lucio has to just fight one by one, and it's
Fancy.
perfect here from UNIWAY.
Great gunplay at the end by Maurizio. Plays kind of a 1v2 very well. Isolates the 1v1, takes it, gets out of dodge, lets his teammate take over. No one pushing too hard, no one being greedy, no one wanting all the glory for themselves. It is shared around right now, and
Yeah, it's so
that's
unfortunate
what
for us,
UNIWAY
though.
needed to do, especially Yokai already on the back foot, on their own map pick, 3 rounds lost,
I
and
feel like-
this must be a
Oh,
timeout
do
for
we
them,
call
I
a timeout?
assume.
I think so, yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say.
This might be from
We didn't call a single
Should be.
one last map.
Alright, you guys can enjoy this timeout.
They
I am going
really
to
no
toilet.
choice but to find an alternative
Can
strategy.
you get me some water?
Because they did manage to get away with that lucky round. I think that's the thing that they're maybe talking about. How
There's a
do
glass
we
on the bedside
do
table you
these
can
things
use. You
more
can use either of
quickly
them. I think
without
there's
being
two.
read by Shadowrick's calling? Because
It's
Shadowrick's,
fine, yeah.
you know, on a Lotus, read this team like a book for free. It felt like he was a fly in their walls. And, you know, this time we haven't seen as well red plays from UNIWAY, but it doesn't really change the fact that they are still very much the stronger team at the moment here. They've done very good, very dominant rounds so far. But the 1 win from Yokai was a display of the potential. I think Yokai's question is, how do we keep that, and how do we take advantage of that strength that we've had and shown?
Yeah, and this is basically the key round of the half so far. Previous to this point, it has been a pistol, which can go either way. The conversion, which should go the way of the pistol. We didn't see that in the first game, but we do see that here. The bonus, Yokai had to win. The gun round there didn't go their way. This is now make or break already. Round number 5, when you're playing MR13, it really can come down to these early rounds being so decisive, and that is completely insane.
Oh
What are you
my
doing? How is it
God.
working?
Oh.
Radiquel, goodness me. This is the definition
Awkward.
of catching a well-prepped team off guard.
What's
in
the
this
definition of
specific
psycho?
room. I mean, psycho too. You can say that if you wanted to. Whoever less
He just ran it down at mid and he still got the kills.
Yeah, but that was the idea, right?
That's crazy.
Yokai had a specific strategy in mind, right? And that partly has to do with those lucky fakes. And if Rediquel just throws a wrench in the works by running down there
That
like
is
a maniac,
crazy.
and it catches them off guard, they're not going to be aware. Rediquel's never done that before. Why would he do it now? Of course, he will do that because UNIWAY know that they're going to be pulled off by that.
Cool.
tremendous team pays off with 2 members down, thanks to Zizu, thanks to Ruzio backing up his teammate through double doors.
Yeah, and this is one of the more difficult 3v5s to win. You've done a little bit of damage onto a Yoru, so congrats for that. The rest of them haven't even seen your face, and yet they are still 2-man advantage. Near impossibility, but they're going to find it with their util out. Zaki on a great timing.
timing there from Zaki. Still does get the blind from thanks to the Arc Crows, but he's blind himself, and so he's going to be forced to take a little bit more time. And unfortunately, Yokai, they've just run out of time. They're going to be conceding another round. Granted, still have their weapons in check, but no round done, unfortunately, but disappointing here.
We're just about to lose this round to time.
And it managed to get to the space they so wanted.
Yeah, they
so
ran it down
early
mid
into the
and
round.
got to.
And allowing the push up mid.
Yeah,
is
that
brutal.
that-
Now you're
that
questioning
2 in
every
mid
single round. Are they
completely
gonna
threw
do it
us off
again?
that round. I
You
think.
had to leave
NT
someone over here
gang.
to get the info. Are they doing it again? As soon as it happens once, it's now a consistent thought at the back of your mind. UNIWAY proving that they are capable of making these very aggressive plays. We saw it on the first map. We're seeing it again here. And without the punish, they can look for them again. If it doesn't work, hey, we got 4 rounds to fall back on. If it works, it's another round they're just going to get for free.
Look at Zizu. You see that classic in hand? That means only one thing. The tour de force is out and ready to throw it into the middle.
5.
Reveals all here. And Rizzo timing a bit off here. He manages to get away with his life, but there's so much space confirmed here as all of UNIWAY are frantic on the rotation. They know the 5-man push. Zizu out with this tour de force. Soon to be facing the operator of Rizzo.
There's Brennick.
Rizzo though is taken down. Pressure alleviated here from Yokai, but Rediquel faces them on the other side. Bishop's alongside him here. It is a 2-person pinch on
Timing
both
is
sides.
so-
Nice, Zizu.
Perfect.
Oh,
One down.
Zizu.
We expect the other,
One more to
surely?
go, but I don't know if he's
Yes.
gonna be aware of Bishop. Close
Oh.
enough. First of all, it's not happening.
Oh.
Zizu's down. And
There's still
suddenly
no
the tour de
spike.
force
And they're stuck.
is gone. And it's
They
similar
have to
scenario
go
where they're
B.
stuck. Yeah, they have so much pressure on their hands. They're gonna have to commit to this side. The drone is out to stalk out Shadowrick. Space.
Oh, the timing is
Right
trigger
there,
discipline.
but
Oh.
Pure is just out there.
Oh,
That
no.
Oh my
That peaked him.
god.
He didn't clear that corner at all, and the trigger discipline from Pure gets himself 3. That's crazy.
Hero did. So potential there from Zizu hitting the shots needed, but couldn't win that fight against Bishops. Took a bit too close to space for comfort, and Bishops won it. And that was it, really.
Yeah. It's still a very winnable 3v3 though, but you have to clear your corners entering onto a site. You know for a fact that you're forced to head into B, right? There is someone on that flank. You either have to clear them out or you're forced to go B. There is time to go back and clear them out, so maybe they could have gone
What?
around, but they choose to commit onto B. And it just doesn't work, and now they get away with that one. Rizzio not quite
I like
landing with
you.
his operator just yet, but he's just charging
Such
up for his
how
own
they're
tour
meant
de
to be.
force.
Imagine that if Rizzo gets a pick.
Bro, the
From his
rotates are
position.
so aggressive from UNIWAY. They've completely abandoned B site.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the wall on
Maybe
B
send
entry
Shredder
though.
for now.
Yeah, Shadrick's gonna be
They're
Yeah, next
watching
big
more
match.
control
alleyway.
connector. This is a bit of a pincer play coming through. I mean, look, you have that Vice Util up on B, so you can leave that really to your own devices. Once that wall is tripped, you have free info. Go into that retake, easy accessibility there from Pure, as they just take dominant control of this double doors area. Yokai, there's only so much time you can do this, guys. What are you gonna do? You're on
So
57
we
seconds
just
on the
stood
clock,
there.
and
Come on.
UNIWAY have taken up so much
Look at
space
so
here.
much space.
And this is the dichotomy of UNIWAY as well. Some
Oh my
rounds they will
God.
be so aggressive in your face and you cannot ever breathe. And others are like this where they
There's
just
got
wait
to
for
be
you
a
to do
point where you
something,
change
because
sides,
they know that
right?
you're waiting for them to do something. It's so odd, and now you're forced to go with just 30 seconds left into such a disadvantageous push.
Yeah, this is a nightmare scenario here from Yokai. They feel themselves crumbling
it's so
apart
rough.
anyway. Are catching the pieces left and crushing them with their own hands.
It feels
I
like a
think the
mental game
pressure's
for
just
you.
getting to us.
Does
Yeah.
a little bit here. Yokai are too afraid.
It's almost like UNIWAY are playing the exact opposite now. They're just holding back.
Fearless in those, but this time
We're expecting an
there's
aggressive
only
push,
so
but it's
many
never
big
coming.
big fish you can try and
Yeah,
fry.
I mean that's just the way you
UNIWAY
play
too
this
big.
map. To be fair, though.
Little
You
shreds
just
of Yokai.
try to claim as much space passively as you
And the
can.
worst part is Yokai, they felt
Because
in
the thing that
first
sucks
map
about
like
this
they
map, you
could
can't fight
potentially
anything.
contend, right? We
really.
saw a lot of times where they would take the fights and they would win some of
Whenever
them.
you
Right?
fight
They
the
still
claim
got those
space, you
4
will get
rounds on the
punished.
attacker side when they were getting pushed
Yeah.
into. They won some of these aim duels.
But you can't get
This
punished
time
as
around,
easily
it
on
feels
like
like they've
Lotus
just been
fighting on
completely worn
defense
down,
for space.
And now in a round like this, where UNIWAY are waiting for you to do literally anything, you are too scared to move out of your own spawn, and now comes the aggression once more.
Oh, yeah. Game
Yep.
diff.
Just more salt in the wound
Okay.
here from Yokai.
It's fine. Our chamber's better. He just got unlucky.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's worse and worse. Nothing but misery here. How on
They're not even
earth
trying
do
to
Imagine
Yokai
we
ever
win
come
this.
from this
If we win
match?
this game, I will personally pay each player £100.
Here you want a bit more.
I'll pay them £1.
Here for UNIWAY with only one in the possession of Yokai. Slowly but surely, UNIWAY will start building up a mountain of rounds and momentum that Yokai are going to be crushed by.
Yeah, well, the thing they've already built up is a mountain of cash. The poorest player has an operator in hand, and oh, by the way, he has a chamber roll, so that's another operator in hand, and he's still got 4k. This is full buys now to the end. Yokai staring down the barrel of an 11-1.
Comes attack pause.
What is that audio?
Yeah,
If
that's
they did. I think
horrific.
Issues coming in, perhaps.
Oh,
Are we in the back rooms?
Wait for that to be confirmed somewhere.
What
But
Your
happened?
mic's freaking
yeah,
out.
I
Is there
mean,
anything
this
there?
is just so one-sided from UNIWAY. You've got the steel gun
Ew.
secure, the Meteor with the
It's just my phone.
force. This guy's been
What's wrong with
lethal.
my mic?
Despite not being
Says
the
that we're
main
in the
fragger
back
in this
rooms.
game, which is Radical at
Yeah.
10-4. This guy's been absolutely crazy.
It's fine, it's
in
fine
this
now.
map.
I think it was
Another
your
thing is
phone.
the ult economy as well. We look at the deaths. Yokai have a couple of players with just 6 deaths, right? 1 kill, 6 deaths. You have built up basically nothing towards your. Oh my god. Bro, give them some. Give them something, man.
It could be your phone.
Radical, you don't need to be doing this right now.
It's just dirty here.
'Cause my AMs don't
Right.
like my phone being there.
Radical, man.
Hello, everyone.
I can
Yeah,
hear
he
you.
just says hi, waves hello and goodbye. Teleports in and stays? Okay, no, never mind. Breaks the chamber TP and backs away. Zizu now under a lot of pressure. They're afraid of
And they're gonna spend 30 seconds clearing out the Aura as well.
Holy shit, he
They
got
are
really loud really
living
quick.
inside their own
Yeah.
heads because they have been pushed into this situation. UNIWAY
The fuck
are
did that come
playing
from?
the game within the game so effectively today.
Still can't hear you, no?
Got the steel guard in the hands of Flicker, but Pure is like,
Don't know.
stuck in the shadows, and Radical from top heaven gets the right angle to punish that Vice with the steel garden. One of
No
the
one's
only
ever up
really
there
big
unless they're
factors to
popping
worry
off
about.
like this.
I mean, yeah, you can just see this confidence echoing here from Radical. And this is a player that we've seen many times in this tournament excel when he is enabled and when he has that confidence to push in areas
Nice,
that
Zizu.
us other
Okay.
players.
Okay,
Yeah, Zizu bounces back
Nice.
though. Says I want to
15 seconds.
Trying to prove that
Oh,
he and his
dear.
team are built to last. They've got
Whiffed on a trip.
Lucio just needs one.
Can hit people, cannot hit util.
Oh.
Oh, Zizu.
Fine, it's fine, Max, it's fine. And he's dead.
Okay.
Wait, he lives, he's the goat. He's dead.
Yeah.
It's Pure to finish the job, and it's 8 for UNIWAY.
Well, at least they've got a plant this time. Is that what we have to look for now?
Hey,
I mean-
hey,
That's just
respect for
unfortunate.
Jeff from Zizu. He did get 2 really solid kills down through mid.
That is true. Zizu, a bright spot in that round, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough today. UNIWAY have proved repeatedly that they are just kind of better right now,
Hey, that's
at
not
least
very
in this
nice.
iteration of Yokai.
You can't say that.
This is even more one-sided than Lotus
Nope.
was. Like, let that sink in for a sec.
Yeah.
It's okay, let me try and fix it. Come here.
Thought this was a to see Yokai bring it back, but it's just not happened so far, and it's being a little
Exactly.
reflected here. An attempt from Radical to get a little too hungry there for the kill, but Franny is just caught completely off guard from this absolute tail, and Shadowring is punishing across the field.
Pure's there as
Pure
well.
has his back.
Fine, Zizu, I believe.
The support, the teamwork, synergy is excellent from UNIWAY, but apparently Zizu
Come on,
was
Zizu.
trying to stop the
Zizu's
race.
angry now.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh, he dropped his gun in his frustration.
Ah,
There you go.
Didn't
hello.
think the Shredder was going to be that
Look,
corner.
There we go.
It's
Can hear you now.
An odd position for him to have been in. He didn't expect that he could have got
So
there
that
that fast after being so far pushed up, but he just about had time to get around
No, it
there.
just doesn't move.
Zizu now,
I just have to.
he has been the
Yeah,
bright
I
spot.
can-
no,
He's
I can
been
hear you.
The shining light
Yeah.
for Yokai,
Yeah, I was just
who, by the
thinking
way,
about
have
it.
literally all of their ults up
I
apart
didn't
from
do
his, they
anything to
haven't
fix
used them
that,
yet.
by the way.
I
Don't
haven't
worry
seen a
about it.
single Hunter's Fury.
I
I
fixed
haven't
it.
seen a Steel Garden. I've seen one
Oh, you
Dimension
downloaded some fire
Drift,
comments
sorry, from
complain about
Zaki,
my mic continually.
but like,
Oh, can you fix
have you even
this?
seen a
Can
wall
you
from
fix that? Oh, it
Granny
sounds really
either? I'm
bad
not
right
even
now.
sure at this point.
Oh no. It's gonna disguise
How is he
Red
here,
Quell.
man?
Does get found, but devastating.
Ooh.
It wasn't in the right hands. Zaki though, Dimensional Drift has a Bucky in hand. You have to remember that outcomes onto Fury. Steel Guard going out too. Red Quell and Zaki is going to be immune to this.
Nice.
No, he's still in the mine. Gets found so low, but he still survives. 1 HP.
What did I just watch?
Superior weapon. Out comes
And then we get the ult out.
Yokai from Flicker. So that's the space established here for them to get a clean.
The Steel Garden has been popped.
Sheer coming out as well to isolate the rest.
Oh.
So many ultimates coming out. This is just blurry
Big
with
walls.
what's coming through. Bishop's actual
We got
fight.
Zizu just chilling.
Nice.
Bishop's in.
Well, in this
I believe in us, we win this
you
round.
do so much with it, right? Pride is up there.
Yes!
Making an attempt, but
Nice.
futile. Yukai will finally
Come on,
get that
build
round
momentum
done,
from
but
that
it was
round.
a
Let's
lot
go.
of ultimates there. Bashkir's Hunter's Fury, Flicker's Steel Guard, and Brandy's Astral Divide, Zaki's Dimensional Drift. It's only Zizu with the tour de force that made it out of this round.
Yeah, and it really feels like the only way Yokai are winning rounds today is by using UNIWAY's hubris against them. They haven't found ways to create rounds of their own. They have just been punishing UNIWAY aggression or UNIWAY having a bonus round in this early game. That is literally all they've been able to do. If UNIWAY can temper this kind of... It's the way they play, so maybe don't temper it too much, but some of this aggression is maybe a little bit unwarranted. And if they can find a way to get it under more control, they're going to be a complete tour de
fuck
force
happened to
throughout the rest
Zaki's
of the
shield?
series, throughout the rest of the tournament.
What happened to Zaki's shield?
No blood.
He got hit for
Zaki
80.
done a little bit of damage. They're conscious of Bishop.
He's 70 HP.
Here, but I think
What's happened to
they
his shield?
are soon going to be ready to trade him.
He just
Bishop
swings!
with one onto
Fucking
Flicker. He
nice.
swings a little extra damage
Whoa,
onto
what?
Zaki, but no kills just yet. Evened out though. Twice down. And Pure is just oppressed, but he's got those goals that just keep
Nice, Zaki.
going through, but the spam
What is he
just
doing?
right there from Zaki. War eliminated, so is that Arcros. Rediquel is alone in that backside. He's going to be going out the front of the back. It's just a free pass here for Rediquel. More and more momentum thrown on the sides of UNIWAY. It only gets worse and worse. It's Zizu and Branny alone in the final round of this half. Zizu needs some isolations with this tour de force. Has to be the one here. Branny stuck between a rock and a hard place. The spike is down. Zizu has to clear out so many angles. And Bishops are just playing it safe and rightfully
19
so.
seconds.
UNIWAY so disciplined. They're expecting a potential rotation coming through, but it's not happening. Zizu now planted down with 11 seconds left.
Get
Lucio
the
will take
bomb.
down
You know
Branny.
what? We got the bomb down.
Zizu falls
You want
out
small
towards
wins, small
UNIWAY.
wins.
And 10-2 half on
Good half, guys. Good half.
Is absolute dominating.
H.
Yeah, and that is about the only word that fits. Ridicule, they just find themselves in these positions where they can go completely
It's just
nuclear and
unlucky.
there is zero counterplay. Completely
I feel like
blinded,
I've heard the
full
word
blind,
unlucky too
the
many times.
swing
It's driving
through
me crazy.
on the perfect
My
timing,
bad.
and there is nothing that Yokai could do about that,
Unlucky.
apart from just not being there at that time. And they have to be there because that's the
Why did that
time
remind me of
Swing CT
Selmia?
consistently
Did you read
doing
what you're saying?
finding
Unlucky.
players in the right
Yeah, after I
place
say
at
it's
the right
driving me
time,
crazy.
and it's bought them 10
Most
rounds
Calmia
on
shit
the
I've
defender
ever heard
side.
that's not
They
actually
now
Calmia.
just need
Unlucky.
3 to close out the
Yeah,
whole
watch
of
this clips,
12.
guy. Watch this clips, guy.
If they can do it early, Yokai might just have to
Were you
sit back
ever
for a
part
moment
of
because
that?
they are going to be like all sorts of down after this.
Favorite part of watch this clips, guy?
No.
Something someone in that group came up with, and it just really annoys me. What?
Come on, man.
Whoa.
No way.
Okay, I believe in us. We got that.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a ding.
On Branny.
What the
Damage
hell is
done.
going on?
Battles on
Some
the opposite
craziness.
side. Flicker and Riccio both mutual
We are
Oh,
playing-
oh, Bishop's here's all of this.
That full flank is in. Bishop is aware of the potential flank coming through.
Hello.
The space! Ooh,
Hello.
very
Sounded like Griffin.
Imagine if Zaki would get that kill. I imagine Zaki would
Hello,
get that, I
governor.
would say, but it's gonna take a lot of space.
What the hell?
Okay.
What just happened?
Pistol, but they still
Such
have
an
the
open
spike
bomb.
to defuse, and
I
so
know
so
one
much
of
time you
them
have ticking
Just
down.
went, imagine he's
They've gotta
there,
be fast. They've gotta
and
be
that's
a
why
little
they
bit,
cleared it.
a little bit callous with this one.
Ooh, what a
There's only
flash.
something left at height.
Whoa,
Glad
whoa,
he's
whoa,
solid
what is
enough.
that?
Nice,
Zizu
Zizu.
claims some space and takes down Shedrick, and now
Yes,
it's just
Zizu.
one alone in Pure, a lethal sharpshooter who will start with one. The spike is smoked off. Chance for Zach to defuse. Pure, no way. The time is enough. He might be able to win this with only one bullet, but he knows.
Oh my god.
Filthy.
Will still get the, oh my, they don't get around. They don't get it. What the hell, Pure? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Just him jumping was enough to scare
Revolting.
Zaki off the spike. He got scared off the spike. Guy had one bullet in the chamber and just
That is
flicked it.
fucking cold.
That is pure filth.
Oh my god. That is probably the best individual play I've seen this entire tournament. How
my god.
on God's
You okay?
green, beautiful earth
Actually,
does
On the
Pure
vape,
get away
or-
with that?
no.
Different.
I'm like
don't
my own
get it.
saliva.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't get it.
Yeah.
The blood flowing through this
I
man
just like inhaled so
clearly
sharply
fits
and
the
so
name.
suddenly.
I mean, it's
That
pure
was-
and it's bloody strong.
Oh my god.
That shot was cold.
It's heartbreaking as well for Yokai.
Oh,
You find yourself in a 3v1 where they are forced to like,
3v1.
hold on.
That happens.
He's forced to hold on with absolutely nothing. He has a ghost to his name, and that is it. And still, UNIWAY find
Hello,
a way,
Basha.
and it's
Sitting there.
individual excellence once again.
The bow up.
They've relied on it time and time again, but at what point do we just say it's reliable when the guy
He's
just
lit-
kind of clicks better?
I will fire this arrow. Just tell me when.
Oh, come on.
More aggressive space taken here.
Or I said just call for the
I
dart.
mean,
He has to be out.
just trying.
It's fine. Zaki got.
Nice.
Yeah, after 1 HP.
Granny though will, but traded so quickly. Hope
What's that little
slightly
giggle?
gained it, shattered it swiftly by the hands of Shedrick. Gets more
Good
and
luck,
more
Bashkir.
dire.
Wait, you didn't get tagged?
Sid
Huh?
and dead by the hands of Pure.
Damn.
One by one, Yokai falls.
Didn't need land sight to tag somebody?
Yokai just collapsed. I feel like
If
there's
Zizu
nothing
1v4s this is just gonna be the coldest
we are-
cliff I'll ever see
We
in
are
my
a
life.
couple minutes away from the 13-2, I think.
Like,
If Yokai win on the bonus, fair play.
I mean,
If
good
they
on
win
them.
a gun
Good luck
round,
with the rest.
if they win a gun round, fair play. They still have 8 more after a bonus and a gun round. Zizu, just a classic. You just got to go feed, buddy. You got to go into the next. Get that decon.
he's got a chamber
If you
cage.
can take
Don't
a
die
gun
him.
away, that's amazing. But I don't think it matters. I don't
Okay,
think
wait, he gets one hit. He gets
anyone
one
on the
hit.
map actually cares if he gets a kill here. And it doesn't even look like he will.
Ooh.
So little
Oh,
damage done.
I thought
he was
So
already
much
dead.
damage done
No, he's
as
dead.
well. Finished off by the hands of Buddy
I
Pop.
If we don't win
Preemptively
this
said
round,
no.
it's GG's.
One map away from securing themselves top
Yep.
3 of
Well,
the
yeah,
UC
that's kind of how it
prophecies
works
and a
with match
chance
point.
Hey,
to battle against PUX.
that's not very nice.
Finals, only one more left now. Feels like it's all
I'm reporting
over
you.
at this rate. I mean,
It's
they have-
still a disgusting shot.
That is a solid. I mean, it's a decent
Hey,
shot
you
by
have been eating for
Zaki.
free at my house for
Aggression, I
2
mean,
weeks.
I don't know. Maybe he expected Brucio to just instantly run away and flee
And
to
you're
the hills.
reporting
That
this.
didn't happen.
Oh, with the
We
big
didn't
chamber,
have
maybe
to
you just
feed you.
expect him to teleport out of there, but he doesn't. He sticks in the close corner and gets another kill. Everything that UNIWAY has done, especially the second game, it feels has just turned to gold. And
He
everything
could have
Yokai
chosen
does,
to let me starve.
you kind of have to feel the opposite for.
No, because you would have whined about it.
Anyway, they got the Midas touch.
Why
That's
won't
for
you
sure.
even feed me? Why?
This push could spot out Spike. If they go deep enough, they'll spot out Spike in attacker spawn. This is... No, they're going to go back.
I mean, you see
Ooh.
Bishop's taking a super aggressive spacer with the Sheriff. UNIWAY really are not worried about
What?
winning this round. They just want to deal as much damage as possible.
He's
with
right the way
something
through into
simple.
defender spawn.
I mean, Pure's got a Phantom Ace.
What
No,
the hell?
Flashes through. No way he flashes through.
Is it going to be an attempt of a fake hit? I think it is. Unless it's just a pincer play, the fake TP is in. So Rodicott does
Hey,
suppress
they've got
it.
a Viper, they've got an Asher in
Rhetoric.
Heavens.
He does get dinked out. You've
Bishops
got
is so
Bishops
deep.
Out
Yeah.
for free. This positioning might just be perfect.
What the
Generation
fuck
one.
is that
Anyone
lurk from
is
Bishop?
involved.
What the
And I think
hell?
anywhere
What?
close of that, they're flooding them with
What a
utility.
fucking
If
lurk.
there's any moment of desperation now,
Astral
I
lurk.
believe
Oh my
Jesus.
god,
somehow
Zaki.
there's Zaki with 2.
Good
Back
flash.
up
Oh.
now, done for Zaki here. Bishop's
1v3.
alone. Just the Sheriff.
Zaki?
There's only so much he can do, but it's a 1-on-3.
Oh,
Able to isolate the
okay,
win against
Zaki.
Yes.
Finally, some nice moments here from a individual to win them the round.
And yet again, though, you pointed out, it's individual. This isn't sustainable. Yokai have proven repeatedly that their individuals are not sustainable ways of winning rounds. They can win the odd one here and there, and they do, as Zaki just did, but they have not been able to put a consistent string of rounds together. The most they've ever got in this series in a row is 1.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
They have to get 10 to bring to OT.
Oh, statistically,
Yes, statistically, this is Jovi.
A lot of spark in their minds and their eyes, and they just don't have it.
Yeah, I think statistically, just like we have to win every round until now.
The biggest thing to me is the fact that it's only taken the 1 time out this game.
I think if we look at the
They
stats
feel
here,
so defeated before they've even had a chance to play the game that they accept the fact that they're down this much, and they're like, yeah, it happens.
Saki, former star player this previous round, popping off in great dividends here, soon to be running into the meat grinder of UNIWAY.
Okay.
Out and it wins in
We
favor of
got
Zaki.
2.
Spike is down in that aiming area. Unfortunately,
Nice bash kit.
throw a 1v4, please.
And it's another round coming in here for Yokai. Slowly but surely, they are
Nice.
climbing up.
It's okay, we just win the next. What? How many rounds do we need?
It almost
8?
feels like an impossible endeavor.
We win the next 8 rounds.
Like
Let's
a
go.
pipe dream
Easy peasy.
in the works. That's just out of
Easy.
your reach entirely, but still proving
They're
that
on
they
eco,
have
so
a
it's
little
doable.
bit of light left in that light bulb.
We were just giving them
This
some
is
false
already
hope.
most
Now we're
rounds
just
in a
going
row
to
they've
sweep
got
them.
the whole game.
Exactly.
So,
That's the plan. We
that's
just
something.
sweep the fuck
It's
out.
something to build
We
off
wipe
of.
the floor with them
They
though.
still need 8 more to bring
Yeah,
us to
that's
OT, and even then, no guarantee of winning the game. Then again, 10 in a row against UNIWAY, they might just crack the other side mentally, so who knows. It might require a lot more of these aggressive plays. UNIWAY, so good at performing their own, but not as good when they are used against them. Maybe it's something that they could look for. A small, bright spot on the horizon.
Waterfalls, despite Zizu having an outlaw, a little bit brazen waste of ultimate there. Bishops gets found a little bit from the aggressive bullet rain of Yokai,
Okay.
but he does make the information that there are 3, and so UNIWAY are going to start transitioning up through mid into B,
I'm
where
surprised
only
this wasn't
one waits
faster.
in Zizu. Yeah, these rotates are a little slow. I think they're a little bit too careful. I think they're scared of Bishops out with this lurk, where he's just chilling in art right now.
Look at them just chilling. It's fun.
Okay, I mean, they haven't really fallen for much here.
For UNIWAY here, you think you see 3, and sure, one of them is Yoro, so he can instantly get over to wherever he wants. But 2 of them are stuck here no matter what. The fact that you don't instantly run to B.
I like Zizu pushing
Maybe
up.
some doubt.
Nice,
and-
Branny.
I mean, Branny's overstayed
Branny.
beautifully, and
Oh,
that's
Zaki
Zaki
just got it.
literally everyone.
Yeah, okay, good information there here from Yokai, and
Ooh,
Zizu
whoa,
will
Zizu.
make
Ooh,
huge
Zizu.
value
Bullet
out of it.
kills,
Collateral
let's go.
kills with this outlaw.
Oh, smell the
Just
light
too smart
shield.
to rotate.
Out in
Bro
the
smells
middle.
no shield on the Euro.
On pure alone, isolated.
What?
Okay,
Spam
that's
is just
disgusting.
perfect there.
Wow.
You're full blind.
Good timing, just good use of timing, honestly. No movement from out to main, cross that place.
What is-
Some poke.
Okay, Zaki.
Zaki goes for it.
Okay.
Yoko gets fucked.
I think
Oh, bit of buffering.
I think Pure saw
I'm not buffering.
less of his
What the heck?
screen and more of flashback. I'm so shocked the UNIWAY decided to stick around as long as they did over towards the A side when they've already got that info. They saw 3 over towards A, and they took so long to head over to B that they allowed the rotate to come in with plenty of time to spare. And you pointed out during the round as well, that's Ritzio's ult gone as well.
Yeah, that's what a force is taken away, which I don't know. I don't agree with it personally, but maybe it's something to do with enabling that confidence to be let through. And unfortunately, though, it hasn't paid off too well. Zizu now with the out of an ultimate. Clearly, as you can see, very scared of this bad push here from UNIWAY. They are going to deviate from the previous tries that they've had. Instead of being a bit lucky, they've gone aggro, and it has paid off so far. Zizu is down, but Zaki is back and ready for war. Out comes the
That
counter
wall
one,
took
but
way too long to go.
He didn't down.
What in the walls is happening?
Whoa, where is this flank?
Bash kid. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, Bishop.
Look at this.
1v2 for the Bash.
Killing blow. Bash
Both the 1
He's
HP.
done it
it's a
before.
2-on-1, but they're both really low. There's plenty of
Oh,
time.
you missed.
Oh, no.
He's getting flashbacks
Awesome
right now.
dart.
Takes away so much valuable information.
Awesome
and Bishop has a
dart.
chance of this flank,
And then he's getting
look,
flying.
Oh,
doing
they're
it.
coming behind
And
him.
the
Behind
the
you.
furtive chase is
Wait, he's
in,
not-
but Bashkir
He's
might
not-
just
That's
not
it.
be ready. What are you guys doing?
They both had knives out.
Sword fight,
That
1v1.
That was a
It's
good
not-
moment.
Bash, bash,
Get
bash,
your
bash.
Get your gun out!
Please, it's over just like
Pull your
that.
fucking gun out,
That's
man.
it.
He can always be
You're close
CT
enough to
there.
sight.
You
Get your
have to
gun
be with
out.
your gun out.
There's so
GG's,
much hope
fuck.
that we could have seen in that series there.
That was a nice moment to end on, though. It's just 2 knives. Oh, guns?
They have another game today, don't they?
That being said,
I swear they said they had 2 today.
but they're the top dogs. They're making
Not
it
in the same
easy
tournament,
for
another
free,
tournament.
And Yokai, unfortunately, with an attempt of revenge, will go out falling more
Win.
angry and enraged than they were the last. They are knocked out of prophecies at 4th place in this tournament.
Fourth is
A
really
very
good.
Fourth
good
is
run
great for
there
their first tournament
Yokai,
together.
just barely missing out
Yeah.
on some
Every time that's your
shiny
first show, you
silver.
get fourth in the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Unfortunately, throughout this whole run through the lower bracket, it will count for effectively nothing. They get 4th place overall
Whoa,
in the
whoa, whoa.
standings. The prize money
It's not
starting at
nothing.
3rd. UNIWAY locking that up now. Seeing what they can do against Pucks will be very interesting. That'll be on Friday, but
Here with
this game in
knife,
particular,
that's cold.
UNIWAY have really laid down a message
Bashkir,
to
my
everyone.
beloved Bashkir, he's
Everyone
not
is
the
now put on
champion
notice.
again. It's a
Pucks,
human pity.
most of all.
Even commentators,
Oh, yeah.
they shouldn't be neutral. The
How
judges
do
should
you
be
deal with this
neutral.
aggression? You
Commentators
have
are
to
still
create a
people,
game
and their
plan for
sympathies
2
too.
days' time.
I swear to
where
you,
you
I
can deal
really wanted
with
Bashkir
UNIWAY's
to become a
incessant
champion.
pushing
What is
wherever
this
you might have the
this?
smallest crack.
Amazing.
It's gonna be difficult. Pucks have to find a way to deal with it, otherwise we're gonna
Bryce
see
said
another
he
rampant game like we
deserves
just watched.
spanking.
I mean, especially on Pearl of all maps.
I swear I
we would
have, like,
consider Pearl
a-
to be the playground
on.
of PUX, but I think lately they've shown a little bit of vulnerability on what we would consider their signature map. You know,
I'm hitting him with
them
the
being hub
newspaper.
specialist with CreeperCon and ASO on those 2 signature double controllers, practically running the same comp on almost every single map that we've seen them play on. And
We just let the
with
aura
Pearl showing
over.
so much dominance and with PUX showing
Yeah.
a lot of hesitation in some of their play on Pearl, there may be potential that we
Zaki.
could see an upset on that. Who knows? It might even be banned or picked by another
Just
team.
add
Maybe
Zaki.
Cozy
You get
can go
aura.
anywhere
What?
in this match, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to see that go down. This has potential
Yeah.
for that 3rd place match
The only
to
thing we
face
can
Leo
say.
to be one of the most exciting series we'll have yet. But guys, until then,
You get aura,
Friday
full
is the
stop.
day we're going to see in that match. Mark your calendars for
The knife
third place match,
moment.
the losers bracket grand finals. Whoever wins that will be facing Leo, PUX, and UNIWAY will be the ones with a chance to grab that golden
The thing
ticket
with the
to the
Astra was so
themselves.
funny.
Until then, everyone, thank you so much for casting. It's been fun. I've been